Hello, everybody. Maris Rey, Water Dragon Extraordinaire, back at you again with another Genshin Impact live stream. I'm sorry I couldn't stream part 2 yesterday. My throat was really banging me up yesterday. Couldn't really do anything about that. But we're back today, and everything feels like it's back to normal, more or less. Got some decent rest. So today what I had planned for the stream was I felt like Genshin Impact, MiHoYo has been kind of leaking, well, I guess not leaking, teasing some of the content that we're going to be expecting in Sumeru. The new characters, some of the new enemies. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of hyped about it. I'm sure you guys all saw the latest teaser that they released where they announced a whole bunch of the characters that we could presume is all going to be playable characters in Sumeru. So they announced, let me see if I remember their names. Tignari, Nilo, Nahida, Sinnoh, and Daya? I don't remember if Daya is her name. The cat girl. The girl with cat ears, or cat hair. Similar to cat ears. Kind of like Ketching's hairstyle. Where the hell is she? She had kind of like this going on, the ears. And I'm not going to hold you. I kind of want almost every one of the characters. Oh, actually there was another guy, but I'm not going to lie to you here too. I don't know how to say his name. It was like all Hadham or something like that. I'm sorry if I absolutely butchered it. I have no idea how to say his name. I only remember the general gist of it. But in any case, we have to do some we have to actually fight the weekly bosses. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna do Senora and the Raiden Shogun and Ajdaha like usual. We don't typically need too much more of the other ones. We do especially need Ajdaha though, after the fact that we dropped most of our gilded whatever the hell they are. Gilded something for Kazuha. Let's figure out the best team to go ahead and take on this lady. Probably Pyro Fire ain't it. Ooh, honestly though, hear me out here. We could probably do Kazuha, Bennett, Kazuha, Bennett. Where the hell's Bennett? How come I can never find him? Kazuha, Bennett, Bisho, Raiden Shogun. Maybe this could work.
Stay close, and you will live.
Or we could drop Bennett altogether and just go mono Electro with like Beidou. But I kind of want to try this team. I think it'll work. Bennett will give me some pyro damage for her ice form. The big ice shield we have to take care of.
Is it the cold or just cowardice?
Yeah, so we have so much of that news. Oops, so it would be nice if I would actually use his abilities. Okay, watch this. This damage is going to be absolutely nutty. Oh yeah. See, it's honestly kind of hard for me to see the moths sometimes. Which is why I struggle with this part sometimes. Not all the time, but certainly enough. The moths are a little hard to see. Not that bad, but just a bit. Yeah, I'm so excited for Sumeru though. After this boss, we'll talk a little bit more about it.
Shine down. Teamwork.
Fallen leaves.
Okay, we use this again. And now we let this rip. You see, the damage is pretty good, I would say.
Illusion shall feeling reckoning. Let's light it up. I'm going in. Not every wound will heal. Wind strike.
I know that this is kind of pointless because I'm
Now you shall
infusing pyro into a pyro resistant character. But the idea is,
shine down.
oh jeez, the idea is a simple one in my opinion. It's to get her to always have pyro on her, because she's not actually always afflicted with pyro. And that's what I would prefer, is for her to be afflicted with pyro to get big overloads with Red and Shogun.
Let's light it up.
As you see right now, she's afflicted with pyro. And she dodged me a little bit there.
By royal decree, there is no escape. Torn to oblivion.
And this should be her finale.
Or redemption.
Never. Okay, the damage is very nice. I actually think we probably could have done better going mono electro. But it was still nice. Because I don't know if I was infusing electro at all to get the viridescent resistance shred. That I don't know. Okay, nope, we still need to fight. Oh, I'm clicking. I accidentally clicked off and now I'm all over the place. We still need to fight the Raiden Shogun. I actually don't really like fighting Raiden Shogun because I always seem to struggle with doing damage to her. Which sounds odd because she's not that complicated of a fight, but I don't know, you know? I guess we'll do the bosses and then we'll talk about some Sumeru stuff. Like I said, I only need to do this boss and then Azdaha. So we'll try it again. I don't really understand how to fight her, but I'll try this. We've tried mono, or I doubt mono Electra is going to be good against the Raiden Shogun. She probably has Electro resistance, I'd bet. But can we do... Oh, what if we did... Oh, actually I have a plan. We're going to use the overworld, kind of the overworld team. Sunfire, we'll Sunfire this with a Yaka.
Will the wind lead?
Guaranteed this does a bunch of damage. Guaranteed. I have no doubt in my mind. Watch.
Time to go.
Okay, apparently Ayaka's in pain. I didn't know that she was already feeling this type of way. I thought the thing would have saved her a bit.
Everybody stand back.
One with wind and cloud.
Oh, and apparently my Jean doesn't have any energy.
Wind strike. I will not stand for this.
Things are not going well here. Okay, I don't know what causes her to go to like another phase. But yeah, I basically didn't want her to teleport if at all possible. Uh-oh. She backed up. What an asshole.
Everybody stand. Wind strike. Purge all obstacles.
Purge all obstacles.
Go as flat.
I doubt that this would. Yep, there she goes.
Final calamity.
So cool.
Let's light it up. There's no escape.
I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know how to.
Teamwork is teamwork.
As one with wind and cloud.
Barbados, guide us. Eternity is in my hand.
I hate that she always disappears like that. Oh. Jump. 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 I don't remember her being so finicky to fight.
Everybody stand back.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Wind strike.
I swear by my sword. Sakura swirl. Take flight.
Oh yeah, look at the damage.
Obey me.
This is the problem. It did do a bunch of damage. The problem is I actually have no idea how to fight it. Evidently.
Illusions are but distractions.
It's this
Time to go.
one.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Wind, hear me.
Oh, her stupid electricity struck me right there.
Absurd.
Wind strike.
This bond is eternal.
Oh my goodness. I have to go through her a whole nother phase because I'm dog shit.
I swear by my sword.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Wind strike.
Kami-santai. Sumeru. So true.
Oh my god, what's happening to me?
Take flight. I'm going in. Let's light it up. Go and play. Witness the final calamity. My apologies.
Witness the final calamity. Pretty badass, I'm not gonna hold you. Oh, she took all my energy.
There is no escape. Whirling snow. Everybody stand back.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Barbados, guide us. Embrace the ice.
Yeah, should finally be it. It was a bit rough and I kind of had to force feed the homies a few chickens, but I guess it was okay. At least we got a couple pieces. That wasn't a particularly fast or fun run. She is an interesting boss to fight. Oh, I think we actually need these ones.
Wind strike.
Yeah, we need the lumps. We need them for to make Electroculus Seekers, whatever the hell you want to call them.
Wind strike.
Okay, now let's go fight Azdaha. So we know he's Pyro and Cryo. See that cool trick? I didn't realize. I read it on Reddit one day. Watch, he's gonna be Pyro and Cryo. See that? Which, to me, means I could just go full Electro on him. With something like... I'm gonna take Zhongli just because. Or actually, I don't need to take Zhongli. I could probably run the full Electro
All right,
comp.
let's go.
Probably. Because Beto's shield should be enough to sustain me, in theory. Yeah, let's check out the damage. This time I gotta remember I have to actually use this first.
No power that ended hype.
Fallen leaves, adorn my...
There is no escape. Inazuma shines
Okay.
eternal.
Oh my god, yeah, the, the electro damage is pretty nuts.
Will not absolve you.
It's actually dying rather quickly. Insane.
Today,
I tell you, Kazuha really made my team so strong.
Shine down.
Midnight Fantastic.
Eyes on me.
Clouds high, the birds call.
Oh, that was kind of rough because
for 1,000 years.
he's dying so fast that I'm not getting big, like, windows of time to fight him. He's just a little too weak. We don't have a thorough test against him. What a shame.
Come, experience an eon of suffering.
Oz reveal. Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered.
Why wouldn't she switch to Kazuha?
Fleeting dream.
I think that might have been one of the first times I let Raiden Shogun die. It's not like I let her die, she wouldn't switch. I got 3 of these, I needed the gilded scales, not this shit. I guess we take those. We don't have any other choice. Okay. So let's go over... Here, I guess we'll do the daily stuff first, okay? I know I keep adjusting the time. We'll run a couple more ley lines to get those dealt with. And then we'll go over the Sumeru teasers that MiHoYo has released up until now. So, for now, let's come do the EXP ley lines. The EXP ones are still the ones we're doing the most. We need those more urgently because it feels like you require more of them than you require Mora. You do need Mora for more things, but in this particular case, it costs about 420 EXP books to take a character from 1 to 90, but it costs about 3.7 million Mora to also take a character from 1 to 90 and their towns from 1 to 6, and to take their weapon from 1 to 90. So, in terms of Mora, we have enough to fully level a character, but in terms of
By royalty.
EXP books, we don't.
Quietly now. Go is flat.
It's hella easy. And we're gonna save the other condensed resins that we have again. We're gonna try to save them as often as possible for Sumeru related content, and we will get into Sumeru content pretty soon. I don't know exactly when the patch is, but I know it's got to be at least a few more weeks away because Yoimiya's banner isn't even out yet. As you can see, it's still gonna take a few days to get Yoimiya's banner out onto the market in any case.
Things are about to get dicey.
Fallen leaves.
And so, once Yoimiya's banner fully comes out, though, then we're going to be able to more closely gauge when Sumeru is likely to come out. I'm sure somebody already has a more closely, accurate date, but I don't. I don't know it right now. If there was one, I don't know it. But that is what we're going to get. That's going to be the main topic of today's stream, is anything and everything Sumeru. Sumeru is the hot topic, right? It's what everybody's excited for, your boy included.
my lucky day.
Let's get these guys involved just for the fun of it.
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
As one with wind and cloud. Wind strike.
I swear by my sword.
Oh. It's over already. I didn't even feel like a challenge. They got roasted in one rotation. Yeah, I'm telling you, Kazuha's fucking sick, dude. Let's come back up here, teleport down, or fly down. Grab this next ley line, which would be... Oh, actually, we can't even afford another ley line.
Time to go.
We'll still do it anyways, just for the drops.
By royal decree. Busted. These are about to get dicey.
The wind knows it. Clouds high. The birds call.
Homie doesn't even know that he's fighting.
Hear me.
Yeah, it's more important to me to start doing the Inazuman ley lines as opposed to the other ones because, like I mentioned before, it does help me keep track of what actually needs to be done. So now, let's go do the commissions real quick. The commissions are fast, and then we'll get into the big Sumeru discussion that I have planned. So for today's content, like I said... Oh, actually we have to do the new Dire Strife as well. Is that what the event's called? I forgot.
No rest for the wicked.
Oh, you guys feel that lag? What was that all about?
Quietly now.
Okay, that should be a wrap to that. Let's try to speedrun today's content so that we could get into the actual topic we want to talk about. We mostly want to talk about Sumeru. And although there's nothing stopping me from talking about Sumeru right now, there kinda is, and that's that I get distracted quite easily. I know it's probably not a good enough reason, but that's the reason I'm sticking with.
Here comes the catch.
Which, in my fairness, I do get distracted very easily.
Wind strike.
Like, even in the process of trying to tell you how distracted I get, I was getting distracted.
Adorn my night. The wind knows.
Oz, reveal thyself.
If you see how much damage Kazuha does, he almost was able to wipe them without any swirls. That was pure animo damage. Initially. I don't know if this, you know, I'm not running him on the, they always call it ADC build, the attack on sands, appropriate damage goblet on the goblet, and then one type of crit depending on what you need on the circlet. I say ADC build. I'm not running him ADC, he is running triple elemental mastery as I've shown you plenty of times before. I'll show you again really quickly if you want to see it, but as you can see, I'm in love with his stats. 182 ER with an EM weapon and pure EM substats. I'll give you a quick bing, bang, 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 bang. As you can see, he's all EM. He's all natural. He is C2 though, that's the big thing. In my opinion, that's probably overkill. I understand most people would consider C2 Kazuha perhaps a bit overkill compared to C0. And it is true. If you aren't planning to use his burst, it is a tad overkill. Because if you're not using his burst, then that ultimately means that you're not getting his reset on his E, which is not even always worth it to do. So there's that we have to consider. Where the hell? This guy just fucking teleported. Where did they go? We surely saw them over there. But yeah, I thoroughly believe Genshin Impact does not have any content that any one character can't do. There are instances where, you know, you're gonna have a pretty rough time with a certain character in a Spiral Abyss. Like, I do think right now, if you're a Eula main, I don't think you can't do the Spiral Abyss, but you know, you've got to certainly be a bit more prepared than I am with my Eula. We learned that yesterday with my attack. I know I'm not the best Eula player, nor do I have the best Eula teams. I guess we'll do this. We need the Mora.
Gotcha. Quietly now. Game's up.
Insubordination. Games like this. Rock then instantly dies after getting shocked to death. It doesn't. Doing the random events doesn't give a ton of more, but when you're this broke, you'll take each and every bit of more you could get. We are very broke. I thought way before when I was like starting up the Genshin Impact streams, I thought I was rich with my like 12 million of Mora. But then I learned how quickly 12 million Mora goes. Like 12 million Mora was nothing. It vanished within 2 characters. Because, again, one of the big problems with the amount that I had and what I did was I ended up triple crowning Kazuha. Which is the other thing I forgot to mention. We triple crowned him. Purely out of love. I love Kazuha. That cost me way too much more. Okay, that's all the commissions, so let's quickly drop them off, and then we need to make a... We need to go get the weapon EXP. And while we're there, we also need to dump 10 resin into the rocks, because we didn't use up all 160 of the resin. Okay, let's put these back in. Collect our extra little bit of Mora, which is oh so important. You see, this is part of why, as a streamer, I actually am almost required to buy the Battle Pass. Because without it... actually, we only need to spend 150 resin, so we're more or less fine. 40 EXP, I could kind of not give a fuck, to be honest. Yeah, like I said, we're more or less okay to buy the Battle Pass every time, even though it's, you know, it is $10 a month. But we kind of need the Mora. Normally, I would advocate, you know, maybe you do what you want. But I need the Mora. And, you know, it gives you some EXP books. It's not a lot, but it does give you at least some EXP books. Watch. Let's run through, like, what's the total amount of stuff you get. Or rather, I instantaneously got bored of looking at that knowledge, so I'm going to look it up on the wiki. Battle. Genshin. Okay, so let's take a look-see. So in total, we get 162 Heroes Wits, which is only about half of the amount, less than half of the amount that we need to get for a character from 1 to 90. And we get almost 3 million more, which is almost enough to get a character from 1 to 90 as well. Not quite, but almost. So this Battle Pass single-handedly helps me out with my character resource gathering, I suppose. Because we do need to build the characters. We don't need to build them as quickly as possible or anything like that. Oh yeah, before we go too deep into this, let's see the Hidden Strife next stage. This event is really fun, so I always love doing this every day. And this is expected to reset by tomorrow, so that's another fun little source of primo gems that'll be awaiting us. So, if that's the case, that likely means this is resetting tomorrow as well, is it not? Yeah, so we're gonna have quite a bit of extra little wishes to go through. Let's see what the Hidden Strife is. Damage dealt by Claymore wielding characters is increased by 50%. Their attack speed is increased by 40%. Interesting. Do we actually get to play with Eula here? Is this a Eula inspired one? Okay. Let's do... I think I am still going to use Kazuha though, just because my Kazuha's so strong that I really can't justify not using him. We'll do this. And then possibly a healer of some type. Who's a good healer? I don't have... Oh, Diana. This'll be good enough. We'll see if this works. I'm actually not positive. It'll probably be fine, but...
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call.
By royal decree. Look at you. Beg for mercy. Shudder.
Okay, now that I'm beating on the fucking guys on the floor.
Crush. Vengeance will be mine. Eye for an eye. More speed.
Big damage. You see, my problem though is I'm not particularly good at grouping my enemies with Eula. Oh, what happened?
Oh, it's revealed by... Midnight vision.
Wind strike.
The problem is Kazuha kind of defeats them all before it's necessary. Well, we'll try it again on the harder difficulty.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call.
These guys all blow up.
By royal decree. Think you can bully me, Diana? Crush. Freeze to the core.
Possibly not necessary.
I condemn you.
Oh,
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows it.
yeah, probably. I'm definitely not running this team particularly well.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call. One with
It's kind of a shame that the Hilichurls keep stacking pyro weapons, because that kind of ruins everything, to be honest.
fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Because it's getting me to use okay, after image might obtain.
Wings of darkness.
Into the wind.
Beg for mercy. Blood of frost.
I don't think we're gonna complete this on time because of the aforementioned issues.
Diana special. Oh, it's revealed by... Crush.
Ooh, I don't think we're gonna finish this on time.
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
Oh no, I'm switching to the no.
Vengeance will be mine. Eye for an eye.
They split up too. Okay, well we're gonna need to abandon this challenge. God damn it. I'll just challenge it again. Clearly my problem
Beg for mercy.
is that I need to very quickly get into the after image of my...
Wind strike.
It literally does nothing for me
Beg for mercy.
if I'm not shifting forms as quickly as possible. Okay.
Can't handle your drink. Huh.
The wind knows me.
And now we can do typical Kazuha pop-off.
By royal decree. Shudder. Blood of frost. Beg for mercy. More speed. I condemn you. Think you can bully me? Look at you, Boomtail.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my
Yeah,
night.
this is a much better run. Okay, we have 2 stacks.
Rack and ruin. Good grief.
Just reach the official already! Okay, this should be enough time, to be honest.
Shudder. Freeze to the core. Eye for an eye.
Yeah, plenty of time, I think.
Look at you, Boomtail.
Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strike.
Crush. Shudder.
Not if I keep playing like that.
Crush.
Midnight Phantasm.
Beg for mercy. Vengeance will be mine. Rack and ruin.
I might have thrown right at the end. No. Yeah, damn it. Fuck.
More speed. Shudder.
We just need to quickly... The problem is
More speed.
the Claymore attacks don't automatically
Let
count.
us cross swords. Can't handle your drink. Think you can bully?
That makes sense.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. Wind strike.
Oz revealed. Freeze to the core. Eye for an eye.
And an eye for an eye.
Clouds high. The birds call.
As you wish me.
Beg for mercy.
Okay, we're trying.
Shudder.
We're at 2 stacks. Okay, I would appreciate it if you'd fuck
I
off.
condemn you.
God damn it, man.
By royal decree. Crush. Can't handle your drink.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Shudder.
What do you mean I don't have Oz yet?
Rack and ruin.
Ay.
Think you can bully me? Beg for mercy.
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strike.
Look at you, Boomtail.
Oh, I don't have enough ways to funnel energy into Eula.
Will be mine.
It's not enough again. Hook.
Shudder.
It's so close to enough, but it's not. Fuck. Okay. Okay, this is the first time I'm actually struggling a little bit. Forgive me for what I'm about to do, but I think I need to... I think I need to eat food. What's the best food to eat? It's honestly probably this, right? Just the good old jade parcels. I mean, 10%'s not really much, but the extra attack is probably useful. Okay, fuck off, you know? It's not like I want to be beating them up, but...
Shudder. More speed.
It sucks because... not every attack counts.
One with wind and cloud. The wind knows.
Oz reveal. Crush. Flood of frost. I condemn you.
And nothing is pissing me off more than the fact that these goddamn guys keep pushing me out of the way.
One with nature. All the winds adorn my night.
Wings of darkness. I'm a rock. Look at you. Beg for mercy.
Ugh, they're so annoying.
Crush.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds come.
Beg for mercy. Freeze to the core. Eye for an eye.
Still looking like it's not going to be enough time. Oh my fucking god.
Can't handle your drink. Sketch. By royal decree. Crush.
Fallen leaves adorn my night. Wind strike.
Shudder.
Oh, maybe this was meant for Arataki Ito, to be honest with you.
Crush.
This is feeling very Ito-ish, and it's like, I guess, how it's presenting itself.
Oz reveal.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Shudder.
That's even worse. I don't have my Ito team even close to done.
Rack and ruin.
Okay, we'll try this with Ito. I actually think, after more heavily considering things, I think this is meant for Ito. God, I just hate that I'm so dogshit with Eula. Okay. We put Ito, Goro, this and this.
Ready and waiting.
In theory, this should be fine. The only thing is we finally have to level up some of Goro's artifacts if that's the case. I think so long as we get everything to like 12-ish, should be fine. I hate to be spending my very, very delicious Mora and artifact experience on this, but duty calls. Nice crit rate roll. Okay, I never thought I would be leveling up Goro's artifacts here, but we're struggling. HP, not really what we're looking for, to be honest, but I already considered this artifact a winner. starting to look less like a winner. Okay, we'll take this up to 12 as well. Huge crit damage. Huge crit damage, bro. What the fuck? Absolutely nutty rolls so far. It's always the one crit. Holy shit, it's 24% crit value. Well, we gotta take this to 16 at this point. I feel like it's earned its share. It's trying really hard to pop off here. Fuck, we're out of EXP. I'm surely have some Maiden Beloved that I could get rid of. Where's Maiden Beloved at? Okay, so everything Maiden Goblet we'll get rid of. That's not particularly strong. Hold on to that. Nope, that's gone. That's gone. Oh, I don't know, maybe we'll hold on to that too. Gone, gone, gone. Ooh, ouch. It didn't hit the necessary mark. Okay, and then we'll do the same for this. Just feed these two away, to be honest. Who cares about them? Honestly, rolling into defense is like not even a big issue to me. But we do need this crit rate all the way up, which is why I'm doing this. Not trash, not trash. Hey, defense, fuck it, whatever. He does still have this at a pretty low level. Let's just throw one more piece in here, because honestly, dude, fuck it. Nice, still rolled at least once into crit rate. I'll consider it a win. Okay, let's look at his stats for now. It's not particularly great, but don't forget he's also going to get like 40% crit damage from his C6. So we'll see how this ends up feeling. Okay.
Stabilize.
Attaboy!
Oh my god. Okay.
Order guide you.
We'll hit him with one of this.
Really? Man, who wants some of this?
Rumble apart.
Catch me. Let's roll.
Stabilize.
I will have order.
Starball! Shake!
Press the advantage. Man, it's showtime.
Okay, the damage is starting to look pretty fucking nice.
Can't catch me.
Okay, let's suck away his... Okay, I need the other guys to really fucking show up over here already.
Everyone on me. Let's roll. Who wants some of this?
Okay.
Attaboy.
Rise.
I will have
Oops,
order.
that's not what I wanted to do.
Rally. Let's roll. Coming through.
No, I don't think we're gonna have enough time to beat this guy. Where is he going?
Attaboy.
Does he have high geo resistance? Am I still trolling even after all of this?
Stabilize.
Charge.
Might as well. Try to farm up something. Why can't we beat this one? Okay, let's think about it. I don't have... I don't really have Claymore users that can bang through them, right? I suppose I could do some type of Electro Charge team and just use Beto to get the... Okay, let's try that. Because we're suffering over here. Things are not looking as jolly as I was hoping. Okay, so... We'll use... We'll do... Hazuha. We need Beto. We'll maybe try this team.
Come with me.
It should, in theory, work, but I won't really have a healer. But that might be okay. We're gonna start off with Beto, or with Yelan, so that we can try to group them all together.
Quietly now. These are about to get set to ashes. By royal decree.
Wind strike. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Okay, things are potentially coming together.
Wind strike.
Oh, bro, put that fucking shield down. Holy shit. You're really pissing me off. Bro, how the fuck are you not dead right now?
Eyes on me.
As you wish, me.
Clouds high. The birds call.
There's no way that this is enough time. To be brutally honest.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
This is even slower than usual.
Wind strike. One with wind and cloud.
This seemed good initially.
Busted. Game's up. Eyes on me.
Midnight Phantasm.
Clouds high. The birds call.
La 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 la.
Things are about to get dicey. By royal decree.
You know what? Maybe this is almost enough damage. Nah, it's still not. Okay. Well, fuck me. What Claymore user do I have that can do this? Is it Diluc? Diluc only? I can't seem to do this fucking challenge. God damn it. Why is this harder than every other one that I've ever done? The problem is this has a fucking cooldown to get the after image might. Not every piece of my Claymore's damage adds to the after image might. But I need to get this as soon as possible. It's so confusing to me. It's so bad. I feel like electrocharged might be the answer with like... The problem is I need a fucking Claymore user. So what if I did... Butao. I do need a Claymore user, so I could throw in like Beto with... I think I need Zhongli. So what if I use Bennett and Zhongli? It's gotta be...
Chivalry will never die.
This is so dog shit though. But this is the last thing I can come up with. Okay, give me... I need another parcel. They just... Fortunately, this is the best way I can think to do it. Okay, so we know these guys are gonna spawn.
To ashes! No, my sword! Rim cutter!
Okay, we're really trying to stretch the damage here a bit.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me read you a verse. No, my... Go!
Hey.
Solidify! I will have order!
Time to go!
Don't know if that was worth it.
Eyes on me! Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter. Huh?
I could assure you, probably not. Oh god, why would they put a fucking rock right here, dude? Why can't I move? Holy shit.
To ashes! No, my sword! Let me read you a verse. Higher, pants on fire!
It's still not enough. Maybe after one more rotation, maybe?
Eyes on me! Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of Guwa.
Oh, this has to be it. Bing! No! No! Die! Bro, you're fucking kidding me. It was one second away from dying. Look at how little the Claymore after image stacks. Like, look at how long it takes to actually stack. I don't care about my attack speed bonus that it offers me. It doesn't count every hit. That's the thing that fucking blows ass about this.
No, my sword! Rim cutter!
Oh god, dude. I'm losing my mind on this perilous trial.
Eyes on me! Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of Gurwa.
Solidify.
I almost need to do that to steal their fucking shields from them.
Let me read you a verse. Know my sword. Cross over.
Okay, let's see if we can't beat this one quickly enough. The thing that sucks is they always spawn this fucking guy so far from you.
To ashes. Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter. Time to go.
I can't see anything. It's gotta be one more attempt.
Power that ended witness the power of Gurwa.
I don't have the time to beat him here. It's close yet again, but it's because I can't kill this guy. I think he's reinforcing him. Fuck! Fuck! Oh, I can't do it. I can't believe it. I can't believe I've been matched. I don't have the Claymore users to beat that fucking guy. I have a Eula team, but it's just not good enough. God damn it, dude. I'm defeated. They got me. I can't believe it. Look, I've tried with Beto. But you see what I'm talking about, right? It doesn't seem to fucking do anything. I've tried with Ito, it doesn't seem to matter because he probably gets it completed the fastest, the Afterimage might, but then he doesn't do anything after that. I don't know if the lava churls or the matter churls, whatever the hell they're called, have increased geo resistance, but he was doing absolutely no fucking damage. Despite all of the previous, thinkings that he might. But what if we try to freeze team? But I don't have... I can't use a freeze team. Exactly. But there's nothing stopping me from trying. Okay, this will be the last team that we try, I think. Because I want to move on to the topic of the stream. So we'll use her... Kazuha. Normally we would use like Diona here, but I think we have to use Eula. And then fucking Mona? Either Mona or Kokomi, but... I don't know.
Kamisato Ayaka, present.
I know this looks like absolute dog shit, and you would be right. But I literally cannot think of a better way to try it as of right now. Because we just have to... We just have to go into it. But if we're not fucking quick enough, these guys just pull me down. Okay. We still need a couple more hits. Oh my fucking god, just hit him!
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call.
Written in the stars. My apologies. Unthinkable.
Wind strike.
Oh my god, we're fucking throwing. forgot this doesn't work either because they have a fucking pyro aura that makes my Kazuha swirled pyro instead of whatever the fuck else.
Vengeance will be mine. I condemn you.
The wind knows it. Fallen leaves adorn my...
Decided by destiny.
Bro, half the time when I try to use the F keys to use my ultimate really quickly, it doesn't fucking work. It turns to them, but then they just stand there.
Let me scry.
This isn't gonna work either. Well, this is defeated, guys. We can't beat this one. I've tried so many combinations of teams, and ain't nothing working, brother. I don't know what to do. We've tried. We've tried seemingly all of them. We don't have any of these other Claymore users raised up. We just have Eula, Ito, and Beto. Those are our only options. I'm not leveling up Diluc to try this. But it doesn't matter because Diluc doesn't seem to fucking work either.
A blade embraces its duty.
Well, it is what it is, right? We can't beat it.
Gems.
I can't believe we've been invested. I could beat every Spiral Abyss, but I can't beat this shit. Well, like I said, it is what it is. I don't think we could change about it now. Okay. Well, whatever. We tried. We at least beat the regular mode. Like, I mean, obviously we obviously can, but it's best at us. So for now, let me switch this to the weapon so that you won't hear him talking. So just in case you haven't seen it, somehow, on the off chance that you haven't, we're gonna go ahead and watch the latest Sumeru teaser one more time. Let's see. I don't have it loaded up here, but let's see. So we're gonna watch this one. We're gonna watch all 3 teasers that they've released so far, okay? This is what we're gonna do for now. I'm gonna turn that off. And I'm gonna turn me off. And I'll load up the first one. So let's get creative with this. Let me see. Let me also turn off the border. Okay, this will work. So this is the first teaser. Volume's fine. Super cool teaser.
草元素是原神7元素体系中的最后一块拼图，我们打算用一些更成体系的方式去设计它。在 3.0 版本，我们从一开始便邀请了所有的策划、美术和 IP 部门的同学一起讨论，希望大家可以设计出一个耦合程度更高、理解门槛更低，并且相互之间关联更加紧密的体系。草元素的设计之中，存在着3个关键词，是催化、智慧以及生命。这3个概念主要体现在元素反应、关卡设计以及场景机制当中，它们之间也有非常紧密的。
From what I was reading, that's not exactly what they're called, though. Like the
原
actual
神的元素反
reactions.
应，一方面是不同的元素设计语言之间的组合，那另一方面，它也是基于日常现象的艺术
So
的
this
架
is
构。
what the
举例
reactions
来
that I
说，
think he's going to talk
在
about.
原神当中，我们玩家已经见到过的感电现象，它其实是一个符合玩家认知的日常现象。但同时，它也是水元素的恢复和雷元素的能量概念结合的产物。 那在游戏当中，它也是一个能稳定的散逸能量的现象。基于类似的设计理念，我们在 3.0 版本又推出了2个新的反应：绽放和激化。绽放的灵感是来源于现实生活中花朵的绽放现象，那它同时也是水元素的恢复和草元素的催化2种概念的结合。而激化反应呢，它则是一个完全原创的效果，它来源于雷元素的能量以及草元素的另一个关键词智慧的碰撞。激化反应相关的现象呢，也和须弥当地的历史有着非常深的渊源。
It looks like when Electro reacts.
3.0 版本
Okay, let's review this real quick. So it looks like when Hydro reacts with Dendro, it creates that seed. I don't really know what the seed does yet. I don't think they'll explain in deeper detail in this trailer. And then it looks like when Electro collides with Dendro, I don't know if you saw it, but it did like this extra little slash. And I'm assuming that slash is the reaction. I don't know if that's like a slash of an extra electro damage or what the damage is based off of. If it scales with elemental mastery. We don't know any of these things as of right now, or at least I don't think we do. And then surely it'll still have the same reaction but pyro as it's had before, being the burning. And then
在须弥地区也新增了大量有趣的区域。
I don't know if it has any reactions with cryo.
绽放和激化3种反应特征。
Burning,
定义了一
bloom,
种
and
由多态
catalyze.
转换的设计理念。
Right.
一部分具有草元素特征的目标，通过使用水、火、雷等元素与之交互，可以让它们在不同的状态之间发生转换，从而产生不同的互动效果。在怪物的生态性上，我们也做了类似的尝试。
Super cool.
根据自身所处的环境和受到的元素效果不同，怪物会在不同的状态间来回转换。除了攻击方式会发生变化以外，在特定的状态下击败它们，还能获得罕见的特殊材料。更多草元素相关的玩法，届时就需要玩家。
It seems like it's going to be kind of annoying
希望
to
草
deal
元素
with it
玩
in
法的
that
加入
way.
可以给玩家带来新奇而又有趣的体验。
Okay. Hella cool. So we're gonna watch the second one now. Wait, bring it back. I said bring it back one time. Okay, we're gonna watch the second one. I honestly don't remember if I ever saw the second. But I know we watched the third one the other day. This is starting to introduce us to the main city of Sumeru, it looks like. And the absolutely beautiful landscape. It really is gorgeous. So colorful.
须弥与以往的大版本不太一样，它含有雨林和沙漠2大部分。
The
在设计过
rainforest
程
and the
中要
desert.
注意的地方非常多，主要体现的是当地特色、核心主题以及幻想处理这3部分。雨林部分的风貌给人的感受就是山峦连绵的感觉，区别于里约的柱状形式、道期的横切硬朗。须弥的山石更加符合热带湿润的地区特征。
That makes
这种
sense.
偏柔性轮廓的山石
Both of the other lands are
结合
kind
在
of
巨树
shaped by their
贯穿
gods.
在
I don't
整
see
个
why
这块
this land wouldn't be, but
植被方面，我们找了非常多
Maybe.
当地特色的植被做参考，主要体现的是鲜活、生命力、湿润感以及热带特征。沙漠有
Right.
沙漠风暴、绿洲、渴望水的植被、被风沙侵蚀的岩石、巨大、神性、具有历史感的遗迹。
gorgeous.
整体的设计既表现雨林和沙漠的自然魅力，
I wonder if we're gonna
又
have
揉进了
domains in
很
the
多幻想
desert
元
like
素
that.
我们一直在尝试设计的边界感，我们不想做非常现实的设计，也不能过多的放飞，需要做好异国风情、幻想度以及真实感之间的平衡。
That
各个
looks
区域的视
absolutely
觉同样
insane.
非常重要。须弥的世界设定本身给视觉的多样性提供了非常好的支持，有各种各样奇幻的内容。这些内容根据玩家的游玩体验以及美术逻辑安放在各个区域，这样玩家的视觉感受和
That means
情绪变化
exactly.
都会更舒适一些，整体的游戏体验也会更好。
玩家初到这片奇幻森林，会发现一座建立在巨树上的城市。在这片被草神护佑着的国度， 你会遇见一群可爱的小精灵。小精灵可是只有小朋友才可以发现它们哦，需要你帮他们解决一系列隐藏在
Birds
森
that
林
only
深处的
children
危
can
机
see.
才可以获得他们的信任。在这个过程中，你会发现非常多的未知区域，有长满参天巨树且常年下雨的森林，有因为未知原因导致衰败的森林，也有巨大的伞状发光植物形成的特殊生
Oh, I
态区
can't
域。
wait to get to questing in
在另一
Sumeru,
片
bro.
森林中，你还会发现一个巨大
You
的
just
机器人
can't
残骸
fucking wait to get
靠
into
在山体
Sumeru.
崖壁之间。在这些奇幻森林的背后，似乎正在被一股神秘的力量侵蚀着。从须弥城向西望去，可以隐约看到须弥的沙漠区域。在这里，你会发现颠倒浮空的神秘遗迹
That's
和
so
冲破天际的
cool.
龙卷风。在看似一望无际的沙漠下面，同样隐藏着非常多的探索区域。
I hope the
沙漠深处
desert
也
isn't
有
gonna
一个
make
巨
me
大的
hot
机器人。
like the reverse
那
dragon
这个机器
spine.
人和森林的机器人又有什么关系呢？森林的神秘力量又来自哪里呢？就请旅行者去探索
As
发
I
现
said
真
that
相
though,
吧。
I'm almost certain the desert's gonna make me hot. I'm not looking forward to being hot, bro. I already hate dragon spine. Okay, we're moving on to the third one. This is the most exciting one because this one reveals a bunch of the Sumeru characters, and so, you know, prepare your primo gems, prepare the wallets, just be ready because there's a lot of banging characters to come out. And I'm going to throw out a little bit of advance as well and say I'm almost certain, based off of, well, I guess I'm not absolutely certain, but they've already revealed a couple other characters before on Twitter, named Dory and Kali, and those are both 4 stars. Alongside them, they also revealed Tignari, who is a 5-star. However, Dory and Kali are absent from this video, which implies that perhaps every character that's released in this video will be a 5-star. At least that's my current guess and speculation. So be ready for that as well. If you see any 5 stars you like, be ready to save for them.
须弥是崇尚智慧的国度，国家的种种事务如今正由教令院来处理。正如盗气篇中八重神子所提供的情报，知识在须弥是作为一种资源来被管理，而用来实现这一点的是由神之心所运作的，由前代草神大慈树王所留下的遗产，名为虚空的系统。还有一个很有趣的点是，在须弥，大部分的人们，尤其是成年人，似乎都是不会做梦的，所以也有了须弥人不会做梦这样的说法。而当地人也会认为这是一种理性与智慧的象征，而非常自豪。
须弥森林恰到好处的湿度和土壤，非常适合蕈类的繁衍。为了增加繁衍和保护菌群的能力，
We've already seen a few of those shrooms
形
in
成
the
了一个全
castle.
新的物种——驯兽。最高级的驯兽更是进化出了很强的动物性，具有领地意识和不弱的攻击性。丛林中也栖息着各种各样的动物，其中也有不少神奇的生物。
Room pigs.
在须弥，我们还会遇见一个新的势力——镀金旅团。他们
The
是来自
Eremites,
沙
and
漠
they
文
look
明
hella
的移
cool
民，
too.
不加入任何国家势力，而是以自己的智慧和力量讨生活，也就是雇佣兵。在丛林之外的广袤沙漠中，同样掩埋着许多过去的伤痕和遗产，有守卫着那些被黄沙淹没的古代秘密的超文明机器，也有受到这些事物影响。
Looks like that's going to be some of the puzzles that we're going to be affected with.
镀金旅团也掌握了一部分古代文明的遗产，作为应对危机时最后的威慑手段。具体是什么，就让我们拭目以待吧。
主角在须弥的旅行同样会邂逅各种各样的伙伴。
Okay, here it comes. Get ready.
作为
This
智
is the
慧
5
之国，
stars.
学者型的
Speculated
角
5
色当然
stars.
是必不可少的。比如作为生论派的学者，如今正在担任巡灵官的提纳
That's Tignari.
在奥摩斯港邂逅出身教令院
This is the
知
guy
论
whose
派
name
的
I
埃尔
can't
海
say.
森。
I'll
此外，
I'll
其
hide
他
him.
各方势力的角色也会与主角产生交集，比如作为沙漠子民，隶属
Dea,
镀金
she's
旅团的雇佣
badass.
兵
I would
西亚
love to have
还
her.
有独辟蹊径， 在须弥这样的智慧与
And
理性的
she's
国度追
gorgeous. I
求
want
艺
her
术
for sure
和
too.
舞蹈的一路。而随着旅行的继续，神秘少女纳西达还有大
It's
风机
Nahida.
关
I
赛
have
诺
high
的角色也会
So let me back it up real quick. I have
这样的智慧
very
与理性的国
strong
度追求
suspicions.
艺术和舞蹈的一路。而随着旅行的继续
No, no.
神
Should be
秘少女
different. I have high suspicions that Nahida is the Dendro Archon. I'm almost certain of it because of the fact that it kind of sounded like a little girl that was speaking to us at the end of the Golden Apple Archipelago questline, and they gave us a Dendro symbol. She's all about Dendro. You can very plainly see it. I don't exactly see a Gnosis on her, so I'm not entirely sure. But this could be, they could be using her playable model, which she probably is going to lose the Gnosis. Everybody has lost their Gnosis so far, so I don't suspect. So if you're like me, I'm obligated to collect all Archons. I obviously want to collect every character if possible, but I have to get the Archons. So I'm definitely going to be saving for her as well.
纳西达还有大
For
风机关
sure.
赛诺等角色也会依次登场。
Sinnoh.
至此为止，旅行者的脚步终于将要
I didn't
纳西
clearly
也会依
see.
次登场。至此，纳西达、
Wait.
艺术还有大风机关赛
Ah,
诺等角色也会依次
he's an
登场。
Electro user. I couldn't tell
至此为
based
止
off of his
旅行者的
uniform.
脚步终于将要
He's not
踏
wearing
去
much.
无论是沿途的
It
风
looks
景，
like Sinnoh's going to be an
人
Electro
还是身
user.
边的旅伴，都将会是全新的体验。我们衷心希望可以带给大家一场值得期待的冒险。
Yes, sir. I can't wait for that shit, dude. Okay, let me pause that. Let me bring this back out. And set us back into the regular Genshin content for today. So, as you were able to see, I am oh so excited for the things to come ahead, Sumeru related. So, let me actually pull that video back up real quick. Now you don't need, now you can go back to watching it with the border. Because we're only going to talk about, or I'm only going to quickly hover over the characters that I'm most interested in. Obviously, I want all of them. Don't think I don't want all of them, but some of them I'm going to have to skip initially to try for others. So, right away, you'll see Tignari. He's a cool one, but I'm going to have to skip him. I imagine he's going to be the first one, and there's just not enough time for me to save between now and Sumeru's release to be able to afford to get him and the other characters, since I'm almost positive he's the first character. We don't know for sure. I'll get him later. I don't know when his release date is, but I absolutely do want him. He's looks like an absolute bad. He kind of reminds me of like the way he posturizes, and he seems this like super important figure. He kind of reminds me of like the Dendro version of Zhongli, in a way. Deia's an absolute badass. I have to try for her. I at least have to try. I'll probably spend if I can't get her. What is Nilo? I don't know how to say her name, but she's gorgeous too. Gotta have her. Let me see. Was there a frame before she closes her eyes? Oh, look at her. She's beautiful, isn't she? Yeah, we definitely have to get her. Because you know what she reminds me of? Have you guys ever played Fire Emblem Fates? In Fire Emblem Fates, there's a character named Azura. And she's also this, like, dancer form of, like, combative. But she has, like, ocean blue hair instead of this red hair. And she's also a fantastic character. But I see so much resemblance between Nilo and Azura that I just know that I have to get Nilo. And the funny thing is Azura also uses water to fight. That's kind of her thing. She's a water user. It's literally the same character, just with different hair. obviously different story too, most likely. But so I have to get her because I love Fire Emblem. I love Azura's character. I love Nilo's design. Absolutely gorgeous. Looks like it skipped over Nahida. Definitely have to have her because I assume she's the Dendro Archon. The thing that I'm not looking forward to is, based off her design, I mean, I know we technically have Sayu, who's a Claymore user, and Chi-Chi, who's a sword user. But based off the fact that the Sumeru prioritizes wisdom above all, wisdom and knowledge, there's just something, just looking at her design makes me think she's a Catalyst user. And I'll be honest with you, Catalyst users are not my favorite. But she might be maybe the first Catalyst user I like using. Who knows? You know? I mean, we don't know she's a Catalyst user. Don't expect anything of that to be true. In fact, everything I've discussed about this video, like them all being 5 stars, her being the Archon, her being a Catalyst user, all of these are purely speculation as of right now, and my speculation above all else. However, I think I'm probably pretty spot on. Just based off her design, you know, I'm kind of getting a feel for how Genshin Impact makes these character designs. Just looking at her, she feels like a Catalyst user. I could see her being Catalyst or like Sword, because let's be honest, you can't be the child character frame and using a spear, right? There's just no way, they're too short to use a spear. So that's already out. I can't really see her using a sword. I definitely can't see her using a claymore. It's not so much that I see her using a catalyst, it's more that I don't see her using the other weapons, right? So that's where I'm like concluding. I'm making my final deductions. I guess she could be a bow user. That's not out of... Okay, so yeah. She's definitely... I'll say she's like 70% catalyst, and like there's some other possibility she's a bow user. I could actually see bow from her too. But definitely have to have her. And Sinnoh, he's a pretty cool guy. Just off the look at him, he gives me like big Razor vibes, but like maybe a far more educated Razor, not so born from the wolves type of Razor. So that's exciting. And finally, we have some information about Nahida finally showing up, and Sumeru characters in general. So we have a lot to look forward to. Let me pump back the music. So in general, I am most excited for those 3 characters, Deya, Nilo, and Nahida. I'm also heavily interested in the tall guy, I forgot his name, not Tignari, but Al-Haitham or something like that. You're gonna have to forgive me and just try to guess what I'm saying based off the name. I don't know how to say his name. I'll consider him, I'll just call him Ham for now. I don't know, I remember he has Ham at the end of his name. Al-Haitham, something like this. I'm also super interested in him. He definitely looks like an interesting character by design alone. So, yeah, that's another person I'm definitely, absolutely, positively excited for. In terms of what we're going to do today, though, so do let me know what characters you're excited for. And after seeing these Sumeru characters, are you going to pull for Yoimiya? That's a question I even have to ask myself. You see, I don't have that many wishes saved up after the big spending spree we did for Kazuha. Let me run the numbers real quick because I don't know them. I got 40 wishes with 3, and there's 8 here. That's 11. That's 51 wishes. We'll be getting 5 tomorrow. Plus, I still have more wishes to gain from the Battle Pass, and we're gaining a bit more tomorrow as well from the Spiral Abyss. I think that's like, what, 3 more wishes? So it's 51, 56, 59. We'll almost be at 60 wishes by tomorrow, assuming that we can 3-star or 36-star the Spiral Abyss, which I don't see any reason why we wouldn't be able to. We were able to 36-star every other Spiral Abyss. But yeah, it's so, like I said, let me know what your opinions of the Sumeru characters are. I think they all look fantastic. I'm super excited for them. But especially for those initial three I said, Dea, Nilo, and Nahida. Most of my interest in Nahida does stem from the fact that she's probably the Dendroarchon. I look at all those characters, and based off of the contextual story that we got from the Golden Apple Archipelago, it seems to ring to me like if we weren't factoring in the Golden Apple Archipelago event, I would have probably thought that Al-Haidam was maybe the Dendroarchon, but because of the context from that event, I can say with a certain educated guess, a high certainty, I could feel it in my bones. She must be the Dendroarchon. Let me go check out the teapot real quick, and then we'll probably farm some more elite mobs for today before we wrap up the stream. Yeah, super excited. Sumeru couldn't come any sooner. We absolutely need it. Sumeru is going to be such a fucking banger of a expansion. Inazuma was good. I know people had like their problems with the story, which I'll admit it did have a couple issues with the story that even I still have some problems with. Like, you know, the whole what is this island called? Watatsumi Island? Basically, this whole arc, they could have just not done it. I feel like they disrespected this whole arc by doing this the way that they did instead of just giving some more time to it. Like, I don't remember the name of the guy who was like super anxious to become a general or whatever the hell. The guy who ended up like buying a delusion from the Fatui, more or less, and as a result was getting himself like embodied by death. Like, he was aging rapidly and got sickly because of it. I forgot his name. He starts with a T, I'm sure, but they disrespected that storyline so intensely. I couldn't even fathom how they thought that was okay. Because it felt so rushed, you know. They wanted you to get developed with this character, and that even though I still felt a little bad for him because he literally only wanted to do the right thing and got screwed by the Fatui kind of experimenting on him. And then Scaramuccia really went out of his way to mock him too. That kind of sucked as well. But yeah, beyond that, the Inazuma storyline was like, you know, you wouldn't call it best writing of your whole life, but it was pretty good writing. I'd give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10. There was some parts that were especially really good, and then beyond like the main story as well, there was the personal character arcs that were developed that I fell madly in love with. Like during Yoimiya and Ayaka's first run through, I saw Ayaka's storyline that they made, her personal quest. I had made a choice, like, because Yoimiya and Ayaka's personal quests were out at the same time, more or less. But they were both out before Yoimiya's banner had ended, which was relevant because I think it went Yoimiya into Ayaka, or something like that, or maybe Ayaka Yoimiya, I forgot. But whatever the case, I had enough time for whoever was first to play both story quests and see what character I would end up pulling for. As you can guess, based off what characters I do have and what character I don't have,
a blade embrace.
As you can see, I have no Yoimiya. Because Ayaka's story quest was so personal and so wholesome that I ended up falling in love with her.
Time to go.
And I still love her. I still use her on almost every Spiral Abyss that I can because she's such a cool character. It's a shame that she uses the alternate dash, the ones where they go under the floor, because it's kind of dog shit. But I'm sure
A fateful offering.
it's a worthy trade-off. She's a little clunky to play sometimes because you have to use the dash to weave in her combos to infuse her attacks with cryo. But even that's kind of okay. Like you get over it after some time. Hey yo, why does Kazuha slide on literally everything? Literally fucking everything. Okay, so let's run some of the elite mobs while we're just kind of relaxing. Start off with these guys before. Just because, fuck it. Like I said, they are the ones that I technically need the most of. Not that I particularly... Like, I don't know what I need them for, but I know I don't have any of their stuff.
But it's best to dry your clothes as soon as possible after the rain stops.
Hey, Kazuha, I get it. Here, we can just climb on up here, because Kazuha has insane vertical mobility.
I summon. Game's up. Time's over. Busted.
Can't run from death.
So easy. Yeah. So, but like I said, make sure you let me know what Sumeru characters you're interested or uninterested in. I would like to know all of your reasons for who you are and aren't interested in. And don't forget, I want you to heavily consider this. Genshin Impact does not require you to play towards a meta. And if you think you have to, I want to assure you that you don't. Genshin, like, I used to think like how you probably think now. If you do think that you need to play towards a certain meta, I can assure you I used to think like that. But then I started to watch certain content creators and even my own friends try to run certain Spiral Abysses or certain Spiral Abyss runs with 4-star characters with 4-star weapons. They would run teams without any 5 stars and still like have insane success and still 36-star the Spiral Abyss completely. And as soon as I saw that, I knew they don't need a fucking meta. You absolutely don't need a meta. There will always be a meta because there are characters that can do stuff the fastest, but at the end of the day, it certainly looks like all characters are able to complete the hardest content in this game.
Game's up. Time's over. By royal
I know, like, it almost seems like that wouldn't be the case, but it actually is. That's one thing I admired greatly about MiHoYo's, like, balancing. People complain about certain, and yeah, I'll admit there are certain characters that could probably use a bit of a buff. Like Amber, for example. Amber is kind of a bit rough. Everybody knows that. Nobody's surprised by it. But it does still suck regardless.
Can't run from death.
And I would argue to say, like, Xinyan's probably not the best character either. But even still, that's fine, right? Because even though they're not the best character in the game, that's still okay. It's not... You don't need every character to be the best. I would like to think that almost every character is usable. At least to some degree. Like, people have found out Jean's pretty good at breaking shields. People initially said Yelan it was unneeded because she's just a 5-star Xingqiu. But I already thought Xingqiu was pretty amazing, so of course I wanted a 5-star version of him too. Fischl, one of the first characters in the game, is still one of the best. She's absolutely insane. Even with this kind of budget build that I have, Shibanawa Gladiator, I just got some pretty okay gladiator artifact pieces to get her some type of crit damage to crit rate, and she still performs really well. She doesn't need to be this super busted character. You don't need to get 5-star weapons. Of course, if you want to try for 5-star weapons, I say go for it. You might as well. The 5-star weapons do make them better. This much is true. But the point is you can get by with 4-star weapons. Now, I do pay sometimes a little bit for my 4-star weapons, but you really don't need to. Zhongli obviously has his place. I'm still working on him because I figured out I like him best on Favonius. I'm working on my Geo Traveler because she's kind of dog shit too. She's kind of all over the place. So many characters that are otherwise considered... People, when Kokomi was coming out, people said she was dog shit too. I saw potential in her, I really liked her. And even though I moved her to Ocean Hued Clam, I was using her on Tenacity of the Millilith with Dragon Slayer, which I still am using her with Dragon Slayer. And she's so busted. Even with... You see, I have such low investment into her, and I still use her frequently. And she still performs admirably. Mona, huge damage. She's absolutely cracked, one of my best units. Her crit rate, crit damage is not insane or anything like that, but it's pretty good, all things considered. Considering her energy recharge is still as high as it is. It's not exactly 200 like I would have liked it to be, but it's good enough. What you should see when her bubble actually bursts, it's insane the damage. My Hu Tao's, you know, maybe not the best, but pretty good. At the very least. Like we've already discussed, these two units are absolutely cracked on their respective teams. There's almost no team you can't put Bennett on. Bennett can go on just about any team, hands down. Like, it's just that simple. Xingqiu, if you need a Hydro Replicator, there's almost none better than him. He does so much on one character. He applies Hydro damage better than just about any other Hydro character in the game. And he provides damage resistance, a spot of healing. It's like, what doesn't he do, right? He does it all. Goro's like necessary for a bunch of Geo teams. Like, look at the wide variety of characters. Kujosara has a purpose. Kaya, I know I skipped over Barbara, but you definitely could use her. She's just a little more restrictive. She like basically needs to be in melee range if you want to use her as a Hydra Replicator. The thing that holds her back is this insanely long the insanely long cooldown on her E, which means she has a ton of downtime. Just an absolute ton of downtime. There's so many characters with a lot of potential. You absolutely do not need to pull for any one specific character just because somebody releases a video somewhere saying you must pull for this character because they're too cracked. And then, you know, Genshin Impact really did become a game that's just pull for who you want, you know. Because over time, when you collect enough 4 stars and 5 stars, you'll just have all the teammates that you need to beat just about any Spiral Abyss that comes at you. The part that does suck initially is that you will need some help building those units the first time. Because, or I guess that's not exactly what I wanted to say, but just having 2 teams might not be good enough if you don't have a lot of the stronger characters. But that's not to say that you need the stronger characters. It's just that, you know, over time, like I've been playing for, how can I show you this? Let me show you. I've been playing since October 12th of 2020. So that, you know, I've almost been playing for 2 years now. That's why I'm capable of having so many characters at these higher level, higher ascension. And I'm only halfway done. Like, look at all the characters that I don't have at these higher statuses. I only have the top half of the cast at that level. And even then, some of these are still not quite usable. Like, I can't use Clea at 70. I need to get her up to 80 Ascension, like 80 of 90 or something like this at the very least. Beto, I've kind of resigned to being satisfied with her at 80 of 80. Same thing with Goro, kind of like okay with him at 80. But the point being is I have so many teams available to make that I don't currently need to worry about like any form of the Spiral Abyss. If there's a Spiral Abyss that suggests that one type of unit's better than the other, I can accommodate for it because I have a lot of units to choose from.
Gotcha. These are about to get dicey.
If that's making sense to what I was trying to allude to earlier. Just having options of characters, creating the best composition is almost better than having... I'm sorry, I'm still phrasing it wrong. Making sure that the units you have work really well together to utilize any bonus that the Spiral Abyss might have is far more important than having 5-star characters. 5-star characters just help you. The characters are usually so strong that they can help fill certain gaps or niches a little bit better. So in that regard, yeah, 5 stars, you know, they definitely exist for a reason, right? You can't just pretend that everybody wants them for no reason. They're certainly strong and nobody's denying it. But I hope you understand the point I'm making.
A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues.
The point ultimately being, pull for who you want. Over time, once you've built up enough characters to at least 80, you'll be able to...
No rest for the wicked.
You'll almost certainly be able to 36-star all the relevant Spiral Abysses, and if not 36-star, then you'll at least be able to like 34, 35-star it. I could understand if you're a bit of a newer player, then perhaps the Lore 12 might be a bit too rough for you. Because I could admit, sometimes it's even a tad rough for me still. Like, I'm not a fan of this one, the one that's out right now. That one's super annoying. So, I could totally see if you're unable to beat the Spiral Abyss on. As a newer player, newer style player.
Here comes the catch.
But surely you understand what I mean, right? That's the beauty of Genshin Impact. You could just, so long as you have... Over time, you'll just collect a bunch of 4-star units. Guaranteed. 100%. And with those 4-star units, you'll be able to complete, like I was saying, damn near all of Genshin Impact's harder content.
Oz, reveal thyself. Wait, hear me. Go and play.
That's my personal guarantee. Just the only thing that you have to be doing, though, you have to make sure you're getting higher quality artifact pieces. Because just slapping any old piece on isn't good enough a lot of the times. Because a lot of the Spiral Abyss often is like your damage per second checks. You need to hit a certain threshold of damage within a certain number of time, or a certain amount of time, or you're just not going to get that star. That's okay though. Because another thing to not be led astray on is you do not need 5 of 5 god pieces, meaning like super high artifact rolls, perfect artifact rolls. You do not need to be that strong to beat Spiral Abyss. And a fine example of that is Fischl herself. Look at my Fischl. She has pretty good pieces, but none of them are that special. You see that? I allow myself to be satisfied with at least 15 to 20% crit value on my artifacts for my sub DPSs. I do not think you need to be too crazy about your standards for your artifacts, but you do need to have some leaning into them. You can't just throw on any old artifact. Initially you can, because you probably don't have any other options, but for I guess a specific time investment, like, this is absolutely fine. Look, her ratio is not even perfect. It's not a full 1-to-2 ratio, because she would need to be at 120 at least, but it is still more than enough damage. I was like, watch, I assure you, I urge you to watch again how much damage these two will do to these particular units. Look at the damage. You see that? That's with average artifacts at best. So pull for you who you want. If you don't like those Sumeru characters that we witnessed, go for it. You know, just ignore them. Who cares? Pull for Yoimiya. If Yoimiya is the one who interests you, people said that Yoimiya was, you know, not worth pulling for because she's just straight up loses DPS checks to Hu Tao. But guess what? I have Hu Tao. I still want to pull for Yoimiya. I might not, because there's more characters in Sumeru that... Yeah, I'll have to see how it ends up happening. Because there's always a chance I pull for Yoimiya and get her right away, but, you know, also maybe not. But look at my Hu Tao. Even she doesn't have the best artifacts out there. This crit damage piece doesn't even have any crit rate on it. This has just a bit of crit rate, no crit damage. This has crit damage, no crit rate. This has some crit rate, no crit damage. And this has crit rate, no crit damage. But still, she's one of my stronger DPSs, with fairly average artifact substats.
Follow the wind.
Now, of course, I do stand to reason that I should actually build up my... I should actually build her up a little bit more. Especially since she is really that DPS that everybody talks about. She really is as strong as everybody often makes her out to be. But you do not need those crazy levels of investment everybody always suggests that you do need. People say you need 5-star weapons. No, you don't. You don't even need to crown them.
Take it easy.
You're totally fine keeping their talents at 6. No, of course. If you have the investments ready to do so, you should probably invest into higher talent levels, because that's guaranteed damage increases. There's no RNG lock behind talent levels. But it can cost you a fair bit of more if you're not prepared for it. Which, that's like my inhibiting factor.
Wings of darkness. Come, sever.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Wind strike.
I'm gonna build some energy recharge back because I accidentally fat-fingered my official ultimate. It's not that you know. But yeah. Genshin Impact is way less competitive than people often make it out to be. Sure, if you want to make it a huge contest on if you have a better character than mine, I almost guarantee that you do. Even my Kazuha, as cracked as I think my Kazuha is, 936 EM with an Iron Sting, not a Freedom Sworn, with pretty decent amounts of energy recharged. And he even still has, it's not much, but he still has a tiny bit of crit as well. You know, he's not... My Kazuha's probably barely average, or maybe above average because he's C2. But there's still probably leagues of people that have better Kazuhas than mine, and it doesn't bother me none. I don't care if your Kazuha's better than mine. I don't care if your Yoimiya is better than mine, your Fischl is more cracked than mine is, your Yelan's C6 with her best-in-slot weapon, and can one-tap the whole Spiral Abyss floor that mine can't. But guess what? I still complete the Spiral Abyss. It's like, and I'm not saying anything's wrong with whaling either. If you like to spend a lot on Genshin, I still think that that's totally fine.
By royal decree.
I have absolutely no problem with it. It's, you know, I wouldn't advise you to whale if you don't feel that you have to. But that's the main distinction I'm trying to make here. I'm trying to convince you to make sure you realize that you don't have to whale. Whaling will not get you anywhere that you can't get to on your own. If your goal is complete Spiral Abyss, you can do that without spending any money. Guaranteed, that's a promise. I see free-to-play players, like even more free-to-play than me. And I wouldn't call myself free-to-play. I buy the Welcome Moon and Battle Pass every time. And I can still complete everything. The only difference between me and a free-to-play player is I have more opportunities to get 5-star characters. My 5-star characters wouldn't be any stronger than the free-to-play players, like 9 out of 10 times. The point is, again, that I just have more opportunities at 5-star characters. Certainly not me, though. My luck is pretty bad. If you were here for the Kazuha pulling stream, you would know exactly how bad my luck is. Oops. Seeing as... if I was just content with pulling one Kazuha, I actually would have saved so much money in Primogems, because I pulled a Kazuha right away, won the 50-50, everything worked out, like, pretty magically, but I wanted him C2. And then I proceeded to lose 2 50-50s, and went to super late in pity, 85 each time, before I got my Kazuha, unfortunately, to C2. I was a little distraught about that, because, you know, it kind of sucked. I was hoping to save a lot more money than I ended up having to. I spent less money than I was prepared to, because I was prepared to spend at least a tiny bit more money. And, you know, I guess by good graces I didn't have to spend that much. My luck could have been a little worse, but I wasn't really blessed or anything.
By royal decree.
Wind strike. Fallen rains. Adorn my night.
I actually have to go stop the Roomba real quick. Okay, I'm back. I always forget about the Roomba until it's already banging on my door. Did I pick up the items? Okay, looks like I picked them.
Time to go.
But yeah. Just to wrap up the discussion we were talking about. Summary, pull for who you want to pull. If anybody tells you you have to pull for a unit, they're wrong. Maybe a unit is strong, but that does not mean you have to pull for them. Because you can... I see people who are Amber mains who are able to complete all the content. And did we just discuss about how Amber's considered pretty bad? Yeah, her total like throughput is maybe not that high, but that doesn't mean if you wanted to play her that you can't play her.
Take it easy.
That's the most beautiful thing about Genshin Impact. You can play whoever the hell you want. And don't you let anybody tell you you can't.
The wind knows.
Jeez. You see what Kazuha's capable of doing though? Yeah, this is why I invested so heavily in Kazuha. I love this guy.
One with nature, as one with wind and cloud.
We don't really need to be defeating this or anything, but we're mostly doing it for fun. See how strong even my Yelan is? You would be shocked to see what equipment she has. I'll show you, look. Favonius. She's not even on a super high DPS weapon for her. She is on Emblem. But look. Even her artifacts are not cracked. Do you see crit rate or damage on any of these pieces? Almost absolutely not. Her crit ratio looks like dog shit. I could stand to make this Yelan probably, even with my free-to-play potential, or my limited spending potential, I could still probably aim to almost double her damage just by getting her artifacts a bit better. But I just don't feel like it. I have other artifacts that I'm prioritizing, or other units I'm prioritizing. Other things in general I'm prioritizing, because she does enough. In my opinion, my Yelan does enough damage. Like, you might not think those 4Ks are high enough. I think they're fine. If I think they're fine, I don't mean this to sound rude, but I don't quite frankly care if somebody else tells me that they think my damage could be higher. I know my damage could be higher, but that doesn't mean I'm not satisfied with it. Don't forget, Genshin Impact is not a competitive multiplayer leaderboard game by nature. You can make it that way if you want, if that's what you enjoy. If you enjoy comparing yourself to others, that's totally fine. I totally respect that way of playing. A chest? Oh no, that's the freaking ley line. Totally respect that way of playing, and it's a legitimate way. You can compare yourself to others if you want, because the ultimate point is nobody can tell you how to enjoy this game. This game's so versatile, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Time to go.
As I feel I've no doubt proven to you by now.
Odds reveal.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Look at the next Abyss Mage. The Core Lapis should have respawned by now, to be honest. Go ahead and grab those. I'm so lazy, I'll just wait to do this one more time. Since we're in no rush to build a character, I literally only grab those Core Lapis. And that's mostly how my Core Lapis funding is going. Let me see the Core Lapis. How much do I have? Where would it be? It would be... yes, here. I have 110 Core Lapis. I basically don't even farm it. I'm just slowly picking it up, and I'll eventually have enough to level up the characters that use it. Which I'm pretty sure is like Ketching and... I don't know, who else might use it.
Here comes the cash. By royal decree.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
He was just barely not able to get enough energy recharge. Just barely. And so, you know, even I imagine what my damage would look like if I was a whale. If I had all the best 5-star weapons and the most appropriate builds for all my characters. You know, I do wonder what I would be capable of as well. It doesn't mean I'm not totally satisfied, though. It's just nice to fantasize now and again, so long as... It's okay to fantasize so long as you don't ruin yourself by temptation. And that's a wrap already. We dropped the item. Okay, we'll grab the next one. We surely don't even need to farm this Abyss Mages by now, but I just like fighting the Overworld Elite mobs. They have a chance of dropping artifacts, which we've been using to funnel artifact experience into certain characters. As you saw, we especially needed to do that on Garo today, because we were attempting all the different possible, well, I guess possibilities for that goddamn Dire Strife event. Or whatever the event's called. And we were suffering with that one today. Boy, were we suffering. If you saw the beginning of the stream, you would have seen that in 4K. Well, I don't. They're literally streaming 4K, streaming in 1080p, but you know what I mean. I would like to upgrade my stream to 4K eventually, but that's going to require a little bit of effort. I actually don't know how to do that, because whenever I eventually set up the second PC, which, to be honest, I think I have to buy another capture card before I do that. I don't literally have to, but it would make my quality of life a little better. Taking the moment to bring some water here.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Okay.
There you are. Gotcha. Here comes the catch.
Yeah. I hope you guys will put some serious thought into if you are or aren't going to pull for certain characters. Because it is a shame that a lot of people do have to think that this game is like harder than it really is. It feels that way at the beginning if you don't have proper teams or proper builds or any of this, I guess, proper setup in general. But I assure you don't need to pull too crazily. Guaranteed that you don't. But it is fun, though. That's one thing I'll tell you. People might tell you not to spend, and they're probably right, but I'll tell you, it's fun. If you like gambling, you need to have some self-control. But I'll tell you, when I was pulling for Katsuha for the first time, I was starting to lose control because I couldn't believe how bad my luck was feeling.
Things are about to get dicey.
Odds revealed by Barbados. Guide us. Go as what?
That a free 4-star piece. It's not much, but you know, we could use that for something. And funnel EXP into somebody. And I am hoping, like I mentioned before, that somebody's just standing right in the middle of this thing.
By royal decree.
One with nature. Fallen leaves.
There should be
Adorn my night
plenty of
into the
damage. No doubt. Looking for Matsutake. I mean, I have it, but... It's 1,300 little more. Okay. I mean, it's better than nothing. So, like, I want to... you see, I used almost 200,000 more leveling up Goro's stupid-ass artifacts, and we still weren't able to beat that fucking event. It's a goddamn shame. But we tried at least. Look at all the woods that we don't have. I've never found these woods before. I've never needed them before either, so I don't even know about them. I have a lot of achievements that we could do on future streams, as you could clearly see. Tons doable, which could help us get Primo Gems. So there's always the possibility that we might pull for Yoimiya, but I'll tell you right now, as much as I would prefer having her, I feel like I must wait. I feel like Sumeru content is going to be way more enjoyable than Yoimiya. And again, not to say, if you want to pull for Yoimiya, I tell you, absolutely go for it. You have my seal of approval. Maybe don't wail, though. Unless you want to, then, you know. After you've deeply considered it yourself, then just don't fall for temptation or for, what would you call it? In the moment, I don't know what's the right word at this particular time. Don't make hasty decisions. Think about all your actions before you make them. But that will be it for today's Genshin Impact stream. We've mostly covered all the Sumeru stuff that we know about, as far as I know. We can expect a lot of greatness coming out of Sumeru. We have a lot to anticipate. The characters look absolutely fantastic. Every single one of them looked cool that they revealed. And I want all of them. I probably can't get all of them. I am a Battle Pass and Welcome Moon spender, but that's also about all I have. You've seen how many wishes I have for now. I could probably get, if I skip Tignari, who I'm almost certain will be the next banner after Yoimiya. Or unless they do a rerun and then Tignari. A rerun after Yoimiya. Which I don't think that they'll do. If I suspect, it's probably going to be Tignari first, and then probably a rerun banner of some type. I hope if it's a rerun that it's not Yaimiko, because then I would be particularly screwed. Because I want to pull for Yaimiko really, really badly. Of the characters I don't have, Yaimiko is like top of the list. In order, I really want Yaimiko, Albedo, and Yoimiya. I of course want Tartaglia and Shenha, but... Oh, and Ayato, but, you know... I have to manage my pulls accordingly. I can't pull for every character. If my financial situation ever got better, I probably would, but only also because I use the... I'm trying to use them to farm stream content, because I am trying to be a streamer, you know. I'm trying to, you know, throw my name out there, make an image for myself. And I think I'm doing a damn good job at it. But in any case, like I was mentioning before, summary of the stream, I always like to do a quick summary. Did the event, couldn't force start it this day. I tried every combination of all of my relevant Claymore users and I just couldn't get it done. It's a shame. We'll try again another day, I suppose. Claymores are just my big weakness. I don't have good Claymore users. Then we're prepared to do the new Spiral Abyss tomorrow, but it doesn't come out today, so we have to do it tomorrow. We've calculated I'm at about 59 wishes saved right now. And just to re-show you one more time, because I don't think I showed you earlier, but I'm at literally 0 pity. 0 pity with the 50-50 to lose. Or 50-50 losable, rather. So I need to save as many Primo Gems as possible, because I usually go to full pity twice. Because I usually lose my 50-50s and then go all the way to full pity. I almost never pull 5 stars really early on. Which, you know, maybe I'm tempting fate here, but it is what it is. And then finally, we ran through some of the elite mobs. We still have other Genshin content to do. Like I mentioned, we could do achievements or hangouts on any future streams, and we likely will. Probably not tomorrow, because it might take me the remainder of the stream tomorrow to do the Spiral Abyss. We'll have to see. Or I could gather ideas. Everything is always a possibility. I can never guarantee or promise anything out of any of my streams, or any of my future streams, because I kind of like to live on how the day turns out type of thing. Because at any point in time, also, my throat could give out like it has been lately. I don't know if that was just a fatigue thing. I made sure to sleep extra well last night, so that I could be in top tip shape for you guys today. And yeah. And that's it. So I want to thank you guys so much for coming out and reviewing the Sumeru content with me. As you could clearly see, there's a lot to be excited about when it comes to Sumeru. But if you like what you saw today, I'd appreciate it. Well, I appreciate you anyways, but I would also appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel and give me a few likes here and there. You know, it really helps at my stage of viewership. I obviously don't have almost any viewership tonight, so I need your help. I could really use it. And then I would appreciate if you follow me on my Twitter, linked in the description down below. I post some things here and there on there, and definitely also post when I am not streaming, so if you want to keep up to date on that, go ahead and follow me there. And then I've been debating making a TikTok for clips on this channel. I don't know, maybe a clips channel on YouTube, I'm not sure. If you have any ideas about that, let me know. As of right now, I'm not sure. And then, yeah, that's it. This has been Maris Rey, Water Dragon Extraordinaire, and I'll catch you guys at my next stream, alright? Again, if you want to double check when that is, follow me on Twitter. Alright? Peace, lates. I'll catch you guys later.